Greetings. I'm Bishop Ron Collette with the Stone Church in Raleigh, North Carolina. Some of you may have heard of our ministry over the years to the First Nations people, known as the Native Americans. If you are new in my world, I want to thank you for just watching this video and letting me tell you just briefly what my heart is for ministry amongst First Nations people. I am very honored that God has given me grace and favor over the years to be able to speak into our precious brothers and sisters in North America that are known as First Nations people, our host people for the history books to be correct. They are the host people of America. And God touched my heart many years ago and gave me more signs than I needed to know that was on that was the thing, if you please. That was part of that thing that I was born for. And now, at this stage in my life and ministry, I have come to the realization that I need to finish well what He began years ago. For some 30 years, I've been coming and going to the tribes of North America, specifically the Navajo tribe, the Crow tribe, out in the northwest and the southwest part of our nation. I have ministered in the Jicarilla Apache Nation in northern New Mexico, right up next to Colorado. And God has given me favor in these nations and every nation that I go to. And He's given me favor with the leaders of the nations. And as history has proven, and the more that we can get together, I can tell you even more stories over the years about how God's favor in His hand was on my life every time that I would go. It is now amplified. And recently, God has allowed me to become acquainted with a new project that we are spearheading in the Navajo Nation. It has to do with their sheep farming. And never met a sheep herder, yet I was one. So being a pastor and now coming back to sheep, it's interesting how all of these things are prophetically being enjoined, and we can talk about that. We can talk about that for days. But there has been a door, a very effective door that has been opened to me. It's been prophesied to me. Those of you who know about me and you've been in my world or in my sphere for some time, you've known, especially my RMI brothers and pastors and sisters, there have been quite a few prophetic words given over me about this piece with our First Nations piece. And so one of the things that has really been sticking with me is the last word that I got from Prophet Eric Butler, and it had to do with what's happening right now. So in this season of the church in America, the church in the world, I think God is handing us some prophetic orders that are getting us regrounded to real ministry, because we have so many things that are in the periphery of ministry, of and all the wars and the rumors of wars and the things that are going on with our culture, and at the root of this nation, there was a people that was here, and God has led me back to them and become more enjoined to them in the way that they live, and ministering to them on the ground. And so I never would have thought this would be part of it, but one of the projects that I am working with now, this is one of several, but I'll tell you about this one. It's called Sheep First. And God led us to this project supernaturally. It was an amazing way that God did it, but he connected us with a lady in South Africa, in the Cape Town, South Africa area, Hermanus, and is the town, where she has successfully, through partners, literally transformed the way sheep farming is done, and literally will take what used to be hundreds and hundreds of acres to raise sheep. She's brought it down into intensive sheep farming, is what they call it. And there is a process that has to happen there. And there's an entire business model there. There are jobs. There's so many things that are going to unfold in this project and it's all for the Navajo people. It's for the Navajo name for the people of the Navajo is called the Dene. It is for the Dene, and it will revolutionize their sheep farming. And so we're very excited about that. So we're actually already begun with this project. We're boots on the ground. I've just returned. We've gotten Talani here. We've gotten her a visa. She's here for a good 6 months. She's on the ground. We have her a place to stay. We've secured that. We have her a vehicle. I mean, God is just moving. And I've just returned, had tremendous favor with some of the key people in the nation, all the way to the president, for God's hand to be on this. This is an open door. So if you've ever been intrigued, or if you've ever been just really wanted to get involved with Native American ministry, well, this is a good way for you to do it. I'm a safe place to do that because I've been coming and going for years. Now, there's something about Native American ministry. There's this mystique about it, and some people want to get involved for the wrong reasons. And so that's part of my prophetic nature, is to make sure we're doing it right, and we're doing it for the right reasons. And it is for them. It is for the First Nations people. It's not for our ministry, it's for the First Nations people. And so for that purpose, I go. And I'm asking for support. And I would like to, if you're a pastor, if you're a minister, if you're a business, or if you're an individual, if you'd like to come on board and support this project, there are needs that are unfolding as we go. And so we're trying to raise an initial budget of $30,000 so that we can have ready for what needs to happen for her to become a success in this next 6 months, as she has to have a proof of concept amongst the First Nations people. So we got to get some sheep, a few sheep, she's got to build some things. And so we're asking different people to come to the table and support. You can do that very easily. Just go to thestonenc.com, thestonenc.com, and you'll see right as a pop-up come up for Sheep First. You can donate right there. But I want to hear from you. I'd love to hear from you. So you can give us a call, leave us a message. Our phone number will come up, and you can also send, if you'd like to send a check, you can do that as well. There'll be an address come up for you as well. But we are thankful for all of our friends and partners over the years. Many of you will get this because you've known over the years when back I used to travel and my family traveled. Our girls cut their teeth in Native America, and they actually was trained in mime by our precious brother, the late Bishop Herb Hutchinson, and his school that he had there in Atlantic City, New Jersey. And we were just so thankful. Our girls were trained. They did mime all over the reservation when they were young girls. And we traveled out of an RV, and that is something we're believing God for us to get an RV, to get a vehicle to pull behind it, so we'll have that on the ground out in Navajo. If that's something in your heart as well, that's in addition certainly to what we have to raise just for the budget. But God is in this, y'all. I'm telling you, he's in it. We've had significant prophetic gestures, even while we were there. One of the top people in the entire nation that controls the water, the agriculture for the entire Navajo Nation. You have to understand, the Navajo Indian Nation is the size geographically of the state of West Virginia. That's how big it is. So this one person who controls the entire reservation's agriculture and water, we met with that man, and God's glory showed up in that meeting. He literally saw the glory of God on my head and made a statement about it. He didn't know what it was. So God's honoring our step of faith right now. And so partner with us. Again, if you're a business, you would like to do something for the First Nations people, you can do that right through our ministry. If you're a church, if you have it in your missions budget, put us down for at least this next 6 months. We would love to partner with you. So we'll keep in touch with you. Again, give us a call, give us an email, info@thestonenc.com. And you can call me. If you know me, you've got my number. And I love you and I appreciate you. And we'll come back to you real soon with another report. God bless.